Ever wondered how a 5,000-year-old text can still hold relevance in our modern fast-paced lives? Quite a paradox, isn't it? Yet here we stand with the Bhagwat Gita, an ancient Indian scripture still holding a profound significance in the lives of millions across the globe. The Bhagwat Gita, often referred to as the Gita, is a 700-verse Hindu scripture that is part of the Indian epic Mahabharata. It is a conversation between Prince Arjuna and the god Krishna, who serves as his charioteer. This dialogue, laden with philosophical insights and practical wisdom, unfolds on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, on the eve of a great war. But the Gita is not just a religious book for the Hindus. Its teachings transcend religious boundaries, making it a universal guide to life. It explores the depths of human nature, morality, duty, righteousness, love, and the true essence of life itself. It strikes a fine balance between spirituality and practicality, making it a timeless beacon of wisdom. In the fast-paced, increasingly complex world we live in today, one might wonder, how can an ancient text like the Gita still be relevant? It's a valid question, but the beauty of the Gita lies in its timeless wisdom. It speaks to the human condition, our struggles, our quests for meaning, and our deepest desires. It offers guidance on how to navigate life's challenges with grace, courage, and wisdom. It teaches us to live not just for ourselves, but for the greater good, to see beyond the illusions of the material world, and to find peace within ourselves. This curiosity around the relevance and application of the Gita's teachings in our daily lives is what we're here to explore. And trust us, the answers are as fascinating as the journey itself. So, come along. Dive with us as we unravel the timeless wisdom encapsulated within the Bhagwat Gita. The Bhagwat Gita, a 700-verse epic, distilled into its core essence. The Bhagwat Gita, often referred to as the Gita, is a conversation between Prince Arjuna and Krishna, who serves as his charioteer. In this divine dialogue, Krishna imparts spiritual wisdom and guidance to Arjuna, who is confused and morally troubled about fighting in the Kurukshetra war. At the heart of the Gita's teachings are four key concepts: Dharma, Karma, Bhakti, and Moksha. Let's unravel these terms one by one. Dharma, or duty, is a moral obligation that needs to be fulfilled without any expectation of reward. It's like being a thorough professional, doing your job not for the paycheck at the end of the month, but because it's what you are meant to do. Next comes karma, which is often summed up with the phrase, "What goes around, comes around." It's the law of cause and effect. Every action, good or bad, has consequences. It's like when you help someone in need, you sow seeds of goodwill that blossom into help when you need it most. Bhakti, or devotion, is about unconditional love and surrender to the divine. It's not about chanting hymns or performing rituals, but about developing a deep, personal relationship with the divine. It's similar to the unconditional love between a parent and a child, where the parent loves the child for no reason other than the child's existence. Finally, we have moksha, the ultimate goal of life as per the Gita. It represents liberation from the cycle of birth and death, the attainment of eternal bliss. It's like finally reaching home after a long, tiring journey, where you're free from all worries and at peace. The Gita, while rooted in ancient wisdom, speaks a universal language of spiritual truths that transcend time and space. It's not just a religious book, but a manual for life, a guide to finding balance, peace, and fulfillment. With its profound teachings, the Bhagwat Gita serves as a spiritual guide for life. How can teachings from an ancient text find a place in our daily lives? This question may seem daunting at first, but the Bhagwat Gita, a timeless spiritual guide, offers practical wisdom for everyday situations. Let's consider decision-making, a challenge we all face. The Gita urges us to act without attachment to the results, to focus on our duties and responsibilities, and not be swayed by the potential outcomes. Imagine if we applied this in our lives. We might find that decisions become less stressful, not because the choices are easier, but because we're not paralyzed by the fear of failure or the lure of success. The Bhagwat Gita also gives us insights into stress management. In a world where stress has become a constant companion, the Gita encourages us to find inner peace through detachment. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or uncaring. Rather, it's about understanding that while we have control over our actions, we cannot control the outcomes. By accepting this, we can navigate life's ups and downs with a balanced mind, reducing stress and promoting mental well-being. And what about the pursuit of happiness? We often equate happiness with material success. But the Gita teaches us that true happiness comes from within, from living a life of purpose and meaning. It encourages us to seek fulfillment not in external possessions or achievements, but in the simple act of doing our duty with sincerity and devotion. But how does this translate into practical examples? Imagine a student studying not for grades, but for the joy of learning. Or a worker who finds satisfaction not in promotions or accolades, but in doing their job to the best of their ability. Or even someone facing a difficult situation, who instead of being overwhelmed by worry, approaches it calmly, doing what they can, and accepting what they cannot change. These are just a few ways the Bhagwat Gita's teachings can be applied to our daily lives. The Gita doesn't promise a life without challenges, but it does provide a way to face them with courage, wisdom, and inner peace. The Bhagwat Gita thus provides a roadmap for navigating the complexities of modern life. In the grand scheme of life and beyond, what wisdom does the Bhagwat Gita impart? In the vast ocean of knowledge and philosophy, the Bhagwat Gita shines like a bright guiding star. It's a reservoir of wisdom, a manual to life, and a roadmap to spiritual growth. Let's recap what this profound text has to offer. The Bhagwat Gita underscores the significance of the duties and responsibilities that life bestows upon us. It teaches us to perform our duties selflessly, without attachment to the results. This timeless principle, known as karma yoga, encourages us to live a life of action, driven by duty, and not by the desire for rewards. The Gita also illuminates the concept of Dharma, or righteousness. It calls upon us to uphold righteousness even when the path is strewn with challenges. It teaches us to stand for what's right, even if it demands great sacrifice. This moral compass is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. In a world teeming with distractions and desires, the Bhagwat Gita offers the path of Bhakti Yoga, the way of devotion. It encourages us to seek a deep personal connection with the divine, fostering a sense of inner peace and contentment. Moreover, the Gita's wisdom extends to the realm of the mind and consciousness. It teaches Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge and the realization of self. It encourages us to look beyond the physical realm, to understand our spiritual nature and the eternal soul within us. The Bhagwat Gita promotes harmony with nature and all living beings. It emphasizes oneness with the universe, encouraging us to see the divine in everyone and everything around us. This sense of universal kinship fosters compassion, tolerance, and respect for all life. In essence, the Bhagwat Gita is a guide to a balanced and fulfilling life. It encourages us to strike a balance between our material pursuits and spiritual growth. It's a call to live mindfully, to act with wisdom, and to seek a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The Bhagwat Gita, a beacon of wisdom, guiding humanity towards a fulfilling and enlightened life.